Well, the broad market pullback this week got us wondering if the traders were finding any opportunities to buy the weakness. So we tasked each of them to put together a shopping list of names that are worth a look. So we start off with Steve. What are you looking at?
So I had been long Boeing years and years ago. I rebought it yesterday, right before it sold off. So terrible timing with the market. But the no criminal charges, the DOJ throwing out the no criminal charges, I thought was a positive catalyst. Ramping up 737 MAX, ramping up Dreamliner, getting back to free cash flow. I thought all of these things, and still in a duopoly, I think all of these things are a tailwind for the stock. It maybe take a stab at it. It got caught up in this sell-off, so I bought a little bit more today, and I hopefully it will be looking at higher prices soon.
Yeah. Bonawyn, how about you? What's on your list?
So, shocker, I took this assignment quite literally in terms of what name would I buy right now as opposed to a shopping list. AEP is a name that I own, a name that I would have no problem adding to at this particular moment in time. I think essentially, one, it allows you to step down in terms of beta if you want kind of the data center upside play, but it's keeping in mind that it's still a regulated utility. So you are not going, this is not out on the far edge in terms of independent, unregulated power producer, but it still has that upside in terms of data center because of the markets that it's in. It's in Virginia, it's in Texas, it's in Ohio. These are the epicenters of where data center buildouts are happening. And as they continue to make those CapEx expenditures into infrastructure, they're able to continue to earn, in some cases, an increasing rate. So you have the visibility of your retail consumer, but you also have the upside in terms of some of the tariffs and other things that have been negotiated in Ohio, for example, that are holding the large consumers of power accountable for making up the difference and keeping power rates at an affordable rate for the individual consumer.
That's a nice run year to date. It's also got a 3% dividend yield, which is a nice bonus there on the stock. Karen, how about you?
So, well, my shopping list, I'm always long. So I'm long going into this, painful, week or two. But what I would like, I have some collars on. What I'd like to do is lift the put side. So that would be selling the put, which is essentially getting longer. And that would be both for Meta and for Dell. So for Dell, I think the multiples come down. The stocks come down a fair bit, $22 maybe from the peak or so. I think that the multiple is not demanding, as Guy would say. I think hopefully some of Super Micro's issues are a benefit to Dell, not a more industry-wide problem. And I think that relatively low multiple is a way to play AI if one is inclined to do so. So that and Meta, at 21 times now, I used to say back out the cash, but now I can't say that anymore because the cash is less than the debt. So you can't back out the cash, but still that multiple is cheap. It's really gotten hit. So those would be my two.
Yeah. Tim.
I knew you. I mean, you had to be a buyer of Meta on this pullback. Anyway, so it was more than just a collar. I heard you even slipped in. I'm even buying it, right? I mean, so ultimately. No. Anyway.
Well, I did start buying too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well,
yeah.
I kind of played this game a little earlier in the show with NVIDIA without playing the game. So just so you know, Melissa, I wasn't breaking the rules. But I mean, to me, NVIDIA was a name that this week, this is an opportunity to buy it. But I'm going to go with gold miners. And the exercise I think that we were assigned here also, yes, it was for this week because we're noting this week, but you could make an argument that there's been a pullback over the last month in a bunch of these names, including Meta, which is down almost 15% on a month. Gold miners are down 14%. And you could take gold, the metal, all the way down to 3,500, and that uptrend from February 24 is still very much intact. I think analysts actually have a sigh of relief on a pullback in gold to be able to upgrade miners that much more. So nothing has changed in the backdrop for this story other than you've taken the word of the day, froth out of that gold market. You're buying miners here.